Thank you for joining me and watching my video on how to make mint cuttings in water and soil. The most ideal time to grow a new mint plant from a cutting is late spring and early summer. It is very easy to make a new mint plant from a clipping. Mint is a very prolific plant that will quickly spread and take over your yard. For that reason, you may wish to keep it in a pot, or you can do like I've done in my yard and surround the mint with bricks. And whenever the mint starts to jump beyond the stones, I simply transplant them back into the mint zone. Before you start taking the cuttings, you're going to want to gather all the materials. That's potting soil, a small planter pot with a drainage hole, a clear glass or vase with 1 inch of water in the bottom, scissors, root growth hormone, which is optional, and a clear bin or Ziploc bag. In this video, you'll see me use chopsticks taped together to hold the mint slightly out of the water. This step is optional. You can just set the mint clipping in the glass of water and get the same results. Now that you have all your materials gathered, we will first show you how to do the clippings directly into water. The first step is cutting a mint clipping from the mother plant about 8 centimeters, which is 3 to 5 inches in length, from the top of the plant. You'll want to cut the plant just below a node. A node is where the leaves are coming out of the stems. Next, you're going to remove the leaves between the bottom node and the top node, using scissors to make precise cuts and also to avoid damaging the plant. The next step is optional, where you tape the chopsticks below the first node to hold the clipping in the glass. Place the clipping in a clear container with about 1 inch of water in the bottom. Make sure that none of the leaves are touching the water because they might rot. Next, set the clipping in bright, indirect sunlight. Replace the water if it becomes murky. When the roots are a few inches long, place the cutting into a pot with potting mix. Now we're going to talk about how to make the mint cutting in soil. Cut a mint clipping from the mother plant, same as before, about 3 to 5 inches in length from the top of the plant. Next, you're going to remove the leaves between the bottom and the top nodes. The next step is optional. You can apply the root growth hormone to the stem of the plant. You do this by first dipping the stem in water and then into the root growth hormone mixture. Then place the root into the small hole in the potting soil and pack the soil around the root. Add some water to the soil. And place the whole thing into the clear bin or enclose it in a Ziploc bag. This will provide the plant with some humidity to grow. Set everything into bright, indirect sunlight and water as needed, but don't oversaturate it. You can even water it by misting the plant with a spray bottle. When you see new growth on your mint clipping, that means it worked. And you can either leave the mint in this pot or transplant it to another pot or even plant it in your yard. Some gardeners suggest using a specific soil for the clippings, such as perlite, vermiculite, peat moss, or seed starting mix. I find that mint is very easy to grow clippings from, so it's not important what type of soil to use. The first year I tried this, I used local Milwaukee soil, which is very clay dense, and that worked out just fine. Some blogs suggest using a heating pad underneath your clipping to stimulate growth. I think this is a fantastic idea, especially if you're gardening indoors in the early spring or winter. Again, I find mint to be really prolific, so this tool was not even on my radar for this project. The very last note is that I prefer using the soil method for clippings because transplanting the plant from soil is less shocking to the plant than transplanting it from water. And if you're transplanting it from water, you might end up needing to transplant it more than once, which is even more shocking to the plant. So again, I want to thank you for watching my video on how to make mint clippings in both water and soil, and we'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and blog. Thank you.